when we are truly honest with ourselves, to allow that compassion to arise for others too. In the out-of-body travel experience, you are often taken into your own vices, your own failings, the things you may not have done correctly or the best. And so you're shown your faults, your failings, your flaws. And the reason for this is not for you to feel like crap about yourself. It's for you to be able to recognize and then begin the work of altering or changing that particular aspect. And as you do so, it allows more light to come into your soul. But the other thing that happens is when we are given the beautiful opportunity to actually witness our own flaws in their truth, which means that we see it the way God sees it. When we are given to see our own flaws, it allows for us to generate a great deal of compassion for our fellow human beings, because there's not one of us who does not struggle with a whole plethora of issues or vices or flaws. And what we find is that when we try to love one another, stand with one another as we face our demons, so to speak, face our failings, so to speak, when we stand with one another, we all rise. And that's what we forget and what we miss when we enjoy the downfall of another. We need to remember that the reality is that there is not one among us who doesn't have something that they're not proud of in their life, if not many, many things. I think for me it's many, many things, and what we have to do is develop this desire to be an aid and a helpmate to our fellow travelers through this realm by being loving, kind, compassionate, and present for those who are undergoing struggles, rather than compounding the suffering and the difficulty that they face by judgment, by unkindness, by not recognizing that we all are, but for the grace of God go I, and we all know that many of the things that we see in our brothers and sisters are things that we also share. And so this honesty with ourselves and with others allows all of us to rise. And we have to be kinder to one another. And it really is, very, very simple in that the first steps we take are what appear to be minute, but they're not minute, because what it is it is a complete change in trajectory. Now, a lot of people will struggle in these times with the negativity. And one of the things that we have to remember is that the way the realm is going always impacts us. And so there is a lot of negativity in the vibrations of the realm. And people have gotten even more and more negative, greatly in part because it's continuing to just get thicker and thicker and thicker in the spiritual spheres around us. And people feel that, they respond to it. But what we can do is recognize it in ourselves, and then we make a decision about what we're going to do just for one step. Because if we try to take the whole thing on, then it's overwhelming. If you take, okay, I'm going to change my trajectory about this one thought or this one instance in my life, then you can take another one, and then it starts to multiply on itself. But if you just look at it and you're just like surrounded in this real negative construct, it feels way too overwhelming to overcome. And that's why we want to take one step of kindness, whether it's kindness towards ourselves, kindness towards others. It's all going to be that we want to do something that is within the energy of love, because love is the transformative substance of the spirit and the soul. And so what we can do then is examine what that is around us through the eyes of love and come up with, okay, what's that step going to be? And it becomes much simpler, because what we realize is every movement of love is changing the trajectory for your soul, but we're also changing the trajectory of the unit of consciousness, the oneness of life. Every thought that we have is going to impact that. But at the same time, because there is so much negativity within that sphere of thinking, people are going to be impacted by it and feel it. And that's why they have to make conscious decisions to counter it. Because it's not going to happen automatically. It's going to be harder because there is so much negativity right now. Does that make sense?
It makes a lot of sense. Hey, Marilynn, we're virtually out of time. How can people find your books, your website, give out all this information?
We are at outofbodytravel.org. I've written over 90 books, 30 magazines, and I even have 15 CDs on out-of-body travel. And you can download all of that for free there at outofbodytravel.org. We also offer a course of study there where you can follow some very specific guidelines to begin and follow through with your own journey to out-of-body travel. And you can contact me as well. The email is at the website, and we'd love to see you there.
Well, Marilynn, it's been really great having you on Night Dreams Talk Radio. We learned a little bit tonight, but I guess it all comes down to, out-of-body, experience to, universal or whatever, to out there anyway, is your attitude. And we need to really think about our families, our human race, and think positive thoughts versus negative thoughts. I mean, it's really hard to think sometimes positive with all the things that's happening worldwide. But you know what? This has been going on as long as humans been, walking the earth. It's just more noticeable now because of the internet.
Yes, that's true, and it is the human conundrum. It is our definite human conundrum.
Oh, yeah, it is. Anyway, Marilynn, I want to thank you for coming on the show.
Thank you so much. It was great talking with you, Gary.
Okay, you take care and have a great weekend that's coming up.
You too. Thank you so much.
You take care.
Bye-bye.
Yeah, I'm sorry, people have been, messaging me, oh, you're not your normal self. No, I've been sick the last couple of days, actually in bed for the last couple of days. I had to do the show tonight. I just could not go another day without doing the show. But, out-of-body travel, time travel, all this stuff out there, I do feel that it has to be some truth of it, because I've talked to so many people that have had out-of-body experiences where they saw themselves, as an adult when they were a kid. Certain things happened that they had that out-of-body experience when they're young materialized. I do think we have that capability, but we do have such a negative outlook at life, just even day-to-day living. And I think as a human race, it all adds up. I don't know. Anyway, tomorrow we're going to be talking about UFOs. Friday, we're going to be talking about UFOs. Next week, we're going to be talking about aliens and UFOs. Make sure you tune in to Night Dreams Talk Radio. Tell your friends about us. You'll find us at www.nightdreamstalkradio.com. Again, I apologize. I'm just not my bubbly self here. It's even hard to even talk right now. I'm losing my voice. Everybody, have a great evening, and we'll be back tomorrow for the full 2 hours. Take care.
The views, opinions, and representations expressed on the Night Dreams Talk Radio Network and its website are those of the hosts, guests, and participants, and are not necessarily those of or endorsed by the network, its affiliated stations and broadcasts, the management, other hosts, or advertisers of the network. The shows found on the Night Dreams Talk Radio Network can, but do not necessarily, promote any particular lifestyle, belief, religion, political affiliation, or other personal practice. These shows are for entertainment purposes only and are not intended to treat, diagnose, and or claim any cure of disease or condition or give any medical or legal advice.
You're listening to my friend Gary Anderson on My Dreams Talk Radio, the best in paranormal radio.